Anyway, let me get the first one.
You're going to be
totally ready, Mike?
Are we? Really?
Are you done being down on the Patriots?
Okay, that's for you. Because every year, we can go get the film. Yeah. Every year you sit here when the Patriots go 2-1, you talk about how they're dead in the water. I told you last week, as far as I was willing to go, was instead of being 90% certain they'd be the Patriots, I was down to 60% certain they'd turn it right around and be the Patriots. The Golden Boy was the Golden Boy. They were up 24-0, then 38-0.
Right.
There's no reason to doubt the Patriots.
Well,
none.
Okay.
None.
Hold on for a second. The Miami Dolphins came in there 3-0. They're a gag team. They've always been a gag team, and everybody knew that New England was going to win that game. I want to see them beat a good team. They played a good team in Jacksonville, and they got handled. Beating Miami at home doesn't mean anything. I look around at the NFL this year. I look at the Eagles. I look at the Steelers. I look at the Patriots, and I wonder, is there a slide going on?
They got the Colts at home coming up. They do get Kansas City in a couple of weeks, and the Bears in Chicago after that.
Hard.
I don't know if that'll be a tough game, but
we'll see.
No, so you're on the gloom and doom trail?
Not gloom and doom.
There?
I'm not convinced yet.
They're the Patriots. Should we pencil Notre Dame into the playoff? Another Anthony Kornheiser special.
I root for them. I look at their schedule. The teams that are on their schedule from now on, not one of them is at the moment ranked. And if they go 12-0, and then the University of College Football in the United States of America, you would think they'd be in the playoffs. But you know what, Mike? They're not as good as Alabama. And they're not as good as Georgia. And they're not as good as Clemson and Ohio State, who won close, but on the road against good teams, and they won. And Oklahoma scored 66 points. So the big question for me is this.
Where they
Does the loser of Alabama-Georgia fail to qualify for the playoffs?
Well, look, there's Alabama, and then everybody else is, they could be pretty good. Notre Dame's really good.
They are very good.
They're not great.
Well, I root for them.
At Virginia Tech doesn't have the sting that it once could have. Pitt, I have no idea what Pitt's doing. The Navy game is in San Diego, where there will be a huge home field advantage, but at Northwestern, that doesn't look like
you like Ian Book? You like changing to Ian Book?
I like changing to Ian Book. Syracuse at Yankee Stadium is a trip game, and so is that Southern Cal. It's too early, even though you want them there.
I want
to have Notre Dame in the Final Four.
I want them there, but if you actually listen to the show, you would hear that I didn't necessarily think they were going to get there. If Terrell Dodson doesn't have a problem with Jimbo Fisher grabbing his face mask, why should anybody else?
Well, I mean, players and coaches can grow close, and they will forgive each other things that in this day and age, we won't. You just mentioned how you used to be able to flip the bird all the time.
So
it didn't matter. Well, you
and I said it did matter.
And why does it matter now? Because everything's on television.
It does matter.
And that's why this matters more. Because when Frank Kush was doing it, only once was it on TV. When Woody Hayes was doing it, it was never on TV until the time he did it, when we all saw it, and he was done.
Well, he punched a kid. He punched a Clemson kid.
You can't do this anymore.
No,
I don't know that I have a huge problem with it.
I do, because it's behavior that you actually can't do. You know what happens when you are Jimbo Fisher and you're recruiting the same kid that, say, Alabama's recruiting?
They show him this?
They show him that.
Well, they
you want to go play for this guy?
They should.
Jimbo Fisher, I understand the thing. I didn't grab his face. Well, actually, you did.
You did grab.
Actually, you did. And it ended badly for Frank Kush. It ended badly for Woody Hayes. 40 years ago,
it did.
For $75 million, that's the wrong way to go.
What we should have done? Just flip the bird. We could have blanked it out with the stupid little fuzzy cubes we have on TV now.
That's
like
your
that?
solution to everything at the moment.
Flip the bird. Does Jim Furyk deserve heat or being flipped for the U.S. Ryder Cup loss?
Well, let's look at three of the people he picked as captain's picks: Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Bryson DeChambeau. They were 0-9. They were 0-9.
Who's the other one? Tony Finau?
Yeah, he won twice.
2-1.
I don't understand why Phil Mickelson was put in alternate shot when he takes his tee shot and he plays his own ball. That's what Phil does. You don't put him in alternate shot.
How about this funk involving Rory and your boy, who you know I hate?
Rory.
Not Rory.
No, Patrick Reed and Jordan Spieth. Patrick Reed and his wife believe that they were a very good team, believe that Jordan Spieth didn't want to play with him anymore.
Nobody wants to play with him.
This is reported. That's exactly right.
That's right.
So that whose responsibility is that? That, I'm sorry, is the captain's. That's the captain's responsibility. And now it has blown up. But the truth of the matter is, Mike, as you know, the Europeans, this matters tremendously to them.
But I reject that's garbage. And I just spent all week on text with people you like my brother, Vince Williams, and Neville. And they're all saying, well, we don't care as much. That's garbage. Since when in international competition, wearing the flag, do American athletes not care as much? That's a lazy BS flip the bird excuse that should not be allowed.
Can I mention to you that Don Wilbon is my favorite Wilbon?
Yeah, I know.
Enough email. Let's take one last break. Still to come. Is Big Ben right to take take responsibility for the Steelers' latest loss? That's an old movie.
Going to flip off Ben now?
An old movie.
Pat Mahomes, is he going to keep it going against the Broncos tonight?
I don't know. They got a defense. They do, and he's really good.
It's worth watching tonight.
Yes, this is the one.
It is.
Wrangler jeans are made for those who